Hey, what's up, Liam? Another week. Today's Monday, November something. I don't know, maybe it's 6 or something, 7. My birthday's on Wednesday, the 8th, and then Mommy's is the 11th. Mommy's and Kim's, obviously. But yeah, man, you're hanging out with Lala right now. Just got back from the gym, and man, nights have been brutal. Mornings brutal. Not really sleeping, but whatever. It's just the way it's gonna be. I just wake up and look over and she's not there, and it's just yeah, I'm not getting my way. Things are not going the way that I want. Everything's not perfect, and that's my reality. Not necessarily coming to terms with that because no shit, got smacked in the face with that a bit ago. But yeah, just was just thinking earlier, kind of reflecting on just kind of start of the week. What last week was pretty gnarly, super down, and then after that, I've been intentionally looking into it like a little bit more. You know what I mean by that is like when we used to go snowboarding or wakeboarding, it's like you get so sore, especially if you took any time off and coming back at it. Like the only cure for that, let's say wakeboarding or snowboarding pain is more wakeboarding or snowboarding. So the only cure for pain is more pain. So what I've been trying to do is like if I'm avoiding anything, like last night I was just looking at photos and just like, man, like full heart-wrenching, broken insides, just completely, coming out emotion. Just let it out, man, and just embrace it and don't hide from it, don't ignore it. Just stare into the fire, kind of. It was one of these, like when I go to bed, I've been listening to some, like, Epictetus's discourses or Marcus Aurelius's meditations this last week and over the weekend, and I think one of the quotes was, essentially stare back, and death staring at you, stare back into it, and just acknowledge it, right? Marcus Aurelius, he talks about, all things like according to nature. They're not good, bad, evil, whatever. It's how that's according to nature. It's not one way or the other. It's just the course of things. Yeah, and it disarms the I've been slighted, I've been wronged, this shouldn't be this way, kind of, again, let's say the downward emotional spiral. It kind of disarms that a little bit for me. And again, I'm not going to say empowers me, but because it's not necessarily empowering, it just takes away from that negative bit of it, which has been helpful. It's added value, gives me clarity, because if I can, again, not be in let's say that all the way down in like that depression, kind of at that frequency, then I have a little bit more clarity to think, and to be, again, if I can get out of that and focus on the things I could be grateful for, fantastic. That's like the ideal. Gratitude. I just keep trying to like default back to that, snap back to that. Not easy. Having you makes it easier. I have a lot of things I could be grateful for. And you're obviously the one. So beautiful our schedule right now, and our morning process and our evening process, and like you last night started doing Wim Hof breathing before I even turned it on, which was funny. And so like you reminded me to turn it on, which was just I don't even know, man. You're a beautiful soul, my friend. That's for sure. And I'm grateful to have you, you know. And you're uplifting me, which is amazing. Yeah, so like this week, my things I'm trying to focus on besides gratitude are, you know, it's not about me. Things are not going my way. I'm not getting what I want. And how am I going to act? Right? What's my, how am I going to respond when things aren't going my way and I'm not getting what I want? You know, and we'll use the analogy of a baby or infant, although you don't do this, which is beautiful, but you know, typically kids, if they don't get what they want, they scream and they kick and they complain. Am I going to do that? Am I going to respond that way? No. You know, like I think it's human nature, again, going back to an infant or a baby, it's like it's almost instinctively to do that. And some adults never get beyond that. And, you know, what does the 10.0 version of myself, like what is the father that I aspire to be, that I'm becoming day by day? What's the path that I'm walking down? How does he, you know, what's his knee-jerk reaction? And again, for it to be a reaction, to be ingrained, instinctive, I've got to practice it and, you know, exhibit it, you know, over and over so it becomes a habitual pattern. You know, so that's kind of what I'm thinking and working on, and that's my focus is, you know, even though I kind of might for a split second default to I want to kick and scream and I'm not getting my way, you know, stop that right in its tracks and just go, nope, yep, I'm broken, I'm shattered, I'm suffering inside, and that's okay. But regardless of if I get my way or not, or things are going my way, these are the things that I'm doing today, and this is how my character is going to be. You know, my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. This is the path we're walking, and this is why I'm choosing that. Because one, I want to be a good example, and two, you know, I want to live I want to live a life that's upright, that's respectable, admirable, but it doesn't help anybody if I'm just stuck in that suffering, pain, kind of woe is me shit, which again, I have a million excuses to be there. Nobody would fault me for it, you know, but I want to lift up, I want to first of all heal myself, which is a continual process. I'll never be healed, never. This will be just a daily process, which is part of my daily process now going forward, and that's okay. But my focus will be to heal myself daily, and through that process, I'll be able to contribute to others. Maybe it'll be obvious to me, maybe it won't, you know, and that's okay. If you know, I've had a few people already reach out about, you know, that some of my thoughts and actions and have helped them in some meaningful ways, which has been cool. So yeah, like I just got to get to a point where, you know, I'm just not going to negotiate with the negative emotions and feelings. Like it's like, nah, we're doing this, and this is why we're doing it. This is intentional. And again, it's not empowering, but it's more disarming all that negative stuff, which just is such a heavy weight, and you just know it in your spirit that it's wrong, right? That you're called for, you know, you're called to a higher purpose than this. And I want to answer that call. I am answering that call. But that call's, you know, moment by moment, day by day, and I'm not going to think any further than that. I know that if I exhibit this type of character and intention long term, consistently, that we'll be in a beautiful place. And Mommy Spirit's with us this whole time, man. Little Shane, they beat a team that hasn't lost in 3 years, and when they run out on the field, they have a never forgotten picture of Carrie that the team all made. So they beat that team, hasn't been beaten in 3 years, and just so happens their next game got changed last minute last night to be at Lakewood High School, which is where Mommy cheered for the, I guess, cheerleading team or whatever it was. That's the school we went to, Lakewood High School. That's going to be on November 11th, and the game starts at 11. Statistically improbable at a minimum. And again, Mommy's birthday is 11/11, and that's always been a theme, right? So I almost feel like I should keep this video going till 11:11 and stop the recording then. So yeah, so this is about to be 11 minutes. I love your mommy so much. She means everything to me, and her spirit's with you, inside you, and she's with us always.